We have to see braking characteristics of three-phase induction motor. In this braking characteristics, we have three classification. One is rheostatic or dynamic braking, regenerative braking, plucking. So these all are braking system with used in this characteristics of induction motor. So we need to know about the characteristics of induction motor. Basically, induction motor is classified into two types. One is single phase motor and three phase motor according to the use of power sources. We have two power sources. One is single phase, another one is three phase. According to the using of power source, we have two classification. So this motor always uses both auxiliary winding and condenser, not only when starting but also during operation. Generally, its starting torque is not so great. Why I'm speaking starting torque is not so great means it has a simple and reliable structure, so no need to put heavy or huge torque. So in addition of that, its connection also simple. So this is very suitable to use in houses and factories. For a single phase induction motor, be sure that the condenser indicate in the name should comply with the capacity of the motor. In single phase induction motor, it is not possible to reverse the direction of rotation within a short time during because of the inertia torque adversely against the direction of motor is to change. That condition, we want to stop the motor first and change the rotation direction next. In case you do not, the motor can be damaged. For example, power source having in single phase motor include 100 volt 60 amps 60 hertz, otherwise 200 volt 50 amp 60 hertz, and then 220 volt 50 amp 60 hertz. So like this wise we are seeing three phase induction motor. So it is simpler connection and higher efficiency, also reliability than single phase motor because it can be driven by a three phase power source directly. The three phase motor is popular as a general purpose motor. The power source for a three phase motor includes Henry, that means 220 volt 50 amp 60 hertz, then 380 volt 50 amp 60 hertz, next 440 volt 50 amp 60 hertz. So these all are notifications is possible to use the motor for continuous rated operation. So it is designed to be used in a single direction. So the number of rated revaluation operation is depending on the load imposed on it. So this characteristics of induction motor is very reliable one. The characteristics and voltage can be represented by the torque characteristics also. The torque characteristics about the applied voltages. If the torque of induction motor changes in proportional to 2 times the voltage. The characteristics of torque also change according to the capacity of the condenser. As the capacity of the condenser boosts, the starting torque and stalling torque increase. But if the capacity is increased by 2.5 to 3 folds, the operating torque decreases and the starting torque do not increase. as a simple method to increase the torque when the induction motor is short on torque. Either the voltage or the condenser capacity can be increased to continue the operation. In this case, the loss input of the motor increases and the temperature rises rapidly. However, if the motor must be run with inefficient torque, take measures to let the motor release heat as much as possible and operate the motor while keeping the temperature of the motor house below 90 °C. So in this condition, we introduce this regenerative braking, plugging and dynamic braking according to their connection and operation also. This concept is already we read in earlier classes. So that concept inbuilt according to this three-phase induction motor characteristics.